Hi besties and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanner and this is my Esoterica, where I aim to bring you guys comfort and guidance from a place of comfort, my bed. This is going to be another timeless love reading for the collective. So yeah, it's my intention that you'll find this video when you need it, when you're going through a tough time with somebody you're involved in and you're just looking for some extra guidance. So I'm not going to blab too much. We're just going to start right away with some animal spirit cards for your energy. It's my intention that this side will be you, but it's happened before that things have switched. So if you find you're not resonating with this side at first, perhaps you'll resonate more with the other person's side, but that will become clearer as we go. But I've already shuffled all these cards, so let's go in. Let's see what energies are going on here right now. So on the cut here, we have the hawk. So again, if this is your energy, I feel like you're kind of taking a higher perspective on things right now. Hawks are also messengers of the divine. So you may be like staying open to signs and synchronicities from spirit. But overall right now, just off this card, I get the sense that you're trying to keep a higher perspective on how this connection is going so far. Let's see what else comes up. We have the unicorn. So this card is all about reconnecting to divinity, starting to ask the bigger questions. So I get the sense that maybe you're kind of paying more attention to spiritual signs, and letting that kind of open your third eye and awaken you. The unicorn card is connected to the third eye, and yeah, just starting to question things more, question divinity. Let's go ahead and cut the deck and see what ends up on the bottom for you here. So the panther. The panther energy is all about purging. So you could be trying to purge this connection. You could be trying to purge toxic beliefs or old habits that you may have around love and connections. Let's see what comes out for you. Thank you, Spirit. Can we please get an animal spirit guide card for our viewer? What energy are they currently embodying right now when it comes to this connection? Thank you, Spirit. What energy is our viewer currently embodying when it comes to this connection? You got the golden egg. So this is a very powerful card. This is heart chakra centered. So, kind of living from the heart, living with an open heart. So with this card, I get the sense that perhaps you're going through some like heart opening experiences if you resonate with like a twin flame journey, or like divine counterparts. I feel like you could also be just trying to live more from the heart, and just like be more emotionally open and receptive to things. But this is a spirit card, so I get the sense that you are a very spiritual person, especially with that unicorn coming out on the cut. I feel like you're really starting to, question the divine, question, all the signs and signals you may be getting from spirit. But again, with this golden egg card, I get the sense that you are, again, opening your heart, trying to live more from your heart, be more open with your feelings, be more receptive to just energies in general. Well, let's go ahead and look in the Animal Spirit Guidebook and see what it says. So yeah, the golden egg, the message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. So within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell, like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. So yeah, I get the sense that you're also like reconnecting with your heart energy and letting that again sort of guide you in the situation. Like, you know, heart over head, perhaps. Maybe you're just kind of leaning into more of like the heart of this situation or this connection instead of trying to logic or think about it or think your way out of it. Um, just things that are coming off the top here. I'm going to read the golden egg in the fourth chakra, this little entry here. So it says the subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center at the fourth chakra. This chakra, called Anahata, is the home of the self or soul. By bringing the mind into this center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation, waiting for us. Anahata translates as the unstruck sound. So yeah, I think you are, again, reconnecting with your heart space, perhaps experiencing some heart openings. That's energetic work as a result of this connection. And you're trying to reconnect to your heart and live from it more than your mind is what I'm getting so far in this connection. But very cool. Let's see what comes out for your person. So thank you, Spirit. Can we please have a look at our viewer's person, the person that they're connected to? What energy are they currently embodying when it comes to this connection? Thank you, Spirit. So on the cut, we have the oyster. So the oyster is kind of about holding back, being a little shy or guarded a little bit. But you can see this kind of shining light all around the oyster. And, you know, oysters, you know, they use irritants to make pearls, right? To make something beautiful. So I feel like perhaps your person is like pulling back and like working on themselves, working on their inner journeys, you know, their soul, their light, is what I get with the light around this oyster here. This is water energy too, so water signs could be placed, or water signs could be significant. Your person could have water placements. Let's see what else comes up. Thank you, Spirit. Our viewer's person, the person that they're connected to. We have the spider here. So the spider is very much Eight of Pentacles energy. This is working on something. The spider card talks a lot about focusing on our life purpose, our dharma, and how the spider uses their life purpose to build webs, build security for themselves and for the people around them, the people that they love. So your person could very much be focusing on their material world, trying to build themselves up instead of focusing on this connection. Thank you, Spirit. What else do we have here? Ooh, we have the octopus. So the octopus is kind of, to me, all about chaser energy. On the one hand, the octopus is a very intelligent creature, but also it's kind of like a clingy energy. It's somebody who gets wrapped up in people and doesn't have very clear boundaries. So this could be you, this could be your person. Again, take however side, take it how it resonates. But whoever this second person is, they are, you know, kind of dealing with chaser wounds, I'm getting, and trying to be kind of all tied up and caught up in somebody without having these clear boundaries in place. I'll do one more. Our friend, our bestie's person, please, Spirit. We have the otter. Could be you. This could be you. But the otter is all about just kind of like unbridled joy and happiness. I think it says the otter is one of the happiest cards in this animal spirit deck. So perhaps you or your person are focusing on, you know, dealing with their chaser wounds by focusing on their own happiness. Again, this could be you. This golden egg could be your person. We'll see what comes out when we shuffle, when we do that. But let's go ahead and cut the deck and we'll see what ends up on the bottom. Ooh, so on the bottom we have the shark. So the shark talks about something needing to be revealed, something need to be brought to light. That's, it says in the book that shark energy it's dangerous the longer we ignore it. So whoever the second person is, if it's you or if it's the person you're connected to, they do feel like they need to come forward, kind of like expose something, expose the truth of how they feel. It could be, something that's not necessarily really good news, or it could be desire. That's what it says in the book too. Let's go ahead and see what comes out for your person. Thank you, Spirit. Can we please get an animal spirit card for our viewer's person or whoever this is? Thank you, Spirit. Animal spirit card. Ooh, the black egg. So that's so funny that we got the golden egg for one of you and we got the black egg for the other. That's giving mirroring a little bit to me. So this might be a twin flame connection. You might resonate with that. But the black egg is all about living in truth, speaking truth. But for me, it also, it's kind of like a step beyond that, because there's some other cards in here in the animal spirit deck that are talking about expressing truth, but I feel like this one in particular is talking about living in authenticity. More than speaking truth, more than expressing truth, it's being authentic and speaking in an authentic way, meaning what you say, saying what you mean, that kind of thing. But that's very interesting. So it seems like, one of you is working on reconnecting to your heart, and the other one of you is focusing on, trying to connect to and express a truth of some kind. And it's funny too, because again, we have the shark on the bottom for your person needing to expose something needing to come to light. And now we have the black egg come out for your person needing to express a truth. So very interesting. My little eggs. All right, I'll read the black egg entry here too, just because they might have a little bit of extra, little something something. So yeah, the black egg, speaking from an authentic voice and the truth. So the black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in, books draw us in, the concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? And what is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment in every situation. It is the epicenter of truth and the birthplace of our voice. So your person, or you, it seems like you guys, whoever this is trying to, again, reconnect to their authentic truth when it comes to this connection. And they're trying to, step out of this energy of saying things that people want to hear instead of just being honest with how they are really feeling. So yeah, right away, very interesting that the two eggs came out. We're going to go ahead and jump into some oracle cards and just kind of like refine things a little bit. So let's start with this golden egg person, please, Spirit. Can we please get some more insight into their feelings right now when it comes to this connection? This golden egg person. So right away, we have hoping on one side and longing on the other. So if this is you, you could be in a state of kind of hoping and longing for this person, hoping for some sort of reconnection. And it could be, kind of like a painful longing. Here it says craving, aching, and wanting. So I feel like you are having, or your person, whatever, are having a little bit of a tough time kind of letting go. And whoever this golden egg person is kind of like still hoping and still longing for this black egg person. Let's see what else comes out. This golden egg energy, please, Spirit. Ooh, we have cloudy judgment. So illusions, unbalanced and distorted. So this golden egg person is not, I don't think, seeing things very clearly right now. It says unbalanced and distorted. So it seems like things are not very clear right now when it comes to this black egg person. And maybe this golden egg person is kind of like seeing or wanting or seeing what they want to see instead of seeing the truth of this person, of this black egg person. I'll do one more. This golden egg person, please, Spirit. Fantasy. So daydreaming, imagining, and fantasizing. So if you are this golden egg person, you could be fantasizing about this person, which, you know, doesn't help with the longing and the hoping, right? But yeah, again, perhaps you're not seeing this person for how they truly are, what they truly are at the moment. I think they're trying to find that themselves with this black egg card. But yeah, so you're fantasizing about this person. You're stuck in your daydreams a little bit. But yeah, let's see what comes out on the bottom when we cut it. So thank you, Spirit. This golden egg person's energy, please. Influences. So this says attachments, third parties, and peers. So you could be, or this person could be kind of distracted by outside influences. And it doesn't necessarily have to be another romantic connection. It could be, or it could be, you know, friends, it could be family, it could be a work situation. Here it says attachments, third parties, and peers. So whoever this golden egg person may be dealing with some sort of outside influences when it comes to this connection or their perception of this connection. But let's see what comes out. Thank you, Spirit. Let's look into this golden egg person's energy, please. This golden egg person's energy. Thank you, Spirit. This golden egg person's energy, please. This golden egg person's energy. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. This golden egg person's energy. This golden egg person's energy. 2 more, please. 1 more, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the first card that came out for this golden egg person was chasing. So that leads me to think that this might be you. I feel like most people who watch these kind of love tarots, especially if twin flame resonates with you, they tend to be divine feminines or chasers, if you will. So you could be dealing with chaser wounds if this is you, trying to, maybe you feel like you need to, you know, reach out to this person or try to mend the gap in some sort of way. I do have sorrow here, so definitely you're feeling very sad. This is 5 of Cups energy. Loss, grief, and depression. We have hopeless too, so could be, you know, really going through it with this connection right now and kind of trying to deal with your chaser wounds. It's bringing you a lot of sorrow and hopelessness. And I've been there. If that is what you're going through right now, I'm so sorry. Just know that it does get better, but there's no way through this energy except to feel through it, and kind of like purge and release all of the kind of, you know, negative, just our shadows that we carry with us, feminines, divine feminines in general, you know, wounds around abandonment, of feeling like you're not enough, wanting to be chosen, that sort of stuff. We also have escaping. So this says avoiding, blocking, or pushing away. So maybe, you know, you're not really dealing with these emotions. Maybe you're trying to push them away and not really connect to them, which could be connect to the truth of things, I mean. So that could be what this golden egg energy is talking about. Maybe you're not listening to your heart when it comes to this connection. Maybe you're avoiding, doing the inner work of accessing your heart and uncovering and unburying all of those deeply held traumas. And this last card here, we have mistakes. So we have misunderstood, victim, lost soul. So you could be feeling like maybe you made a mistake in this connection, or that this connection itself was a mistake. If you're feeling like super crazy triggered by this black egg person, and you're like, gosh, I wish I had just never met this person. I've been there too. So trust me, I know what you're feeling. But yeah, I get the sense that you're kind of right now lost in your chaser energy. And you're feeling this sorrow and you're feeling this kind of hopelessness that, maybe this connection is never going to go anywhere, and that you've lost this person forever, and all the mistakes maybe you made. Maybe you thought you were a little too much for this person, or you just did too much too soon. I'm going to say, like, don't blame yourself. If this is a twin flame connection, if this is a divine connection, if that resonates with you, then just know that I lost my train of thought. Let me think. Okay, I got it. So if you feel like, just know that, like, you twin flames, you guys are you're supposed to trigger each other. You're meant to trigger each other, so you can finally identify those wounds, those things that you've been carrying with you forever, and finally start releasing them. And I know that if you're in the thick of it, it does feel hopeless. It feels like, your heart is being shattered into a million bazillion pieces. And you're just like, I don't know how I could ever put the pieces back together again. I know when I was going through this sort of energy with my person, that's how I felt. And I've been through a lot of trauma and seen and, been through a lot of crazy stuff in my life. Like, I've lost my brother, my mother, just a lot of people close to me. And I cried harder and, more about my own personal situation when I was going through this than I think I had at any other point in my life. And it was shocking to me too. It was like, oh my God, why? Why am I this caught up in this other person? It's a soul connection. It's deeper than just some random person that you went on a date with and it didn't work out. Like this, it's soul connection. And when somebody leaves, when your other person leaves, it does feel like just hitting rock bottom and not knowing how you're gonna make it to the next day or the next week or the next month. All I can say is that it does take a lot of time. It takes really sitting with yourself. I don't know, like me, also, I had to go back into therapy. I had to start talking to my therapist again because my situation was that intense. So don't be afraid to reach out to friends for help, to find professional help if you feel like that might be something you'd want to pursue. Journal, go outside, get some fresh air, ground yourself, put your feet in some grass, like any and everything that you can think to do to help you alleviate these things. And also just cry and let it out, and let yourself feel these things, because that's the only way you're going to release them, right? But yeah, so I feel like all of this, again, all of this pain is opening your heart. I think, again, that is what that golden egg was saying, and that's part of this process too, if this is a twin flame connection. But okay, we'll go ahead and start looking at this black egg person's energy, your person's energy, I'm assuming. Thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and look at this other person's energy, please. We have ecstasy. So we have chasing thrills, excitement, and a good time. So this black egg person could be trying to distract themselves from connecting to their truth by trying to have a good time with other people, with friends, with other connections maybe. Yeah. So this black egg person could be trying to distract themselves with a good time. Oops. I didn't like that. I'm going to do another one. We have family. So fertility, parenthood, and pregnancy. Maybe this person is expecting a child with somebody, if that resonates with you maybe. This could also, I think, mean that maybe family influences are at play. Maybe like this person is very like they listen to other people a lot instead of following their own truth. Like third party influences and stuff. One of their third party influences could be their family. Or they could have maybe seen you as someone they could have a family with. There's a few ways you could take this. Take it how it resonates, because this is a general reading. It won't resonate for everyone, but just take what does, okay? All right, let's do one more and then we'll do the cut here. And we have broken, shattered, heartbroken, and destroyed. So I feel like this black egg person, maybe they're chasing thrills and fun and stuff, and they may look okay on the outside. Very typical and in fashion for divine masculines. But underneath it all, they're really broken and shattered over what's happening between you. And if you remember in the beginning, when these eggs came out and I said that this makes me think of mirroring and it made me think of a twin flame connection, this card has a broken mirror on it. So I feel like, that's, again, twin flame energy, but it's like they broke you. They broke their mirror. They broke you. And I think, they are having a hard time with it, even if they're trying to distract themselves right now. Thank you, Spirit. We'll go ahead and cut the deck and see what ends up on the bottom. Apology is on the bottom. So I feel like if this person has done you wrong, then they want to apologize. They want to come forward with an apology. Yeah. Maybe speak a truth to you with that black egg. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Let's go a little deeper into this black egg person's energy. This black egg person's energy when it comes to this connection, please, Spirit. This black egg person when it comes to this connection. Thank you, Spirit. Interesting so far. Thank you, Spirit. Two more. Ooh, one more, please. One more. Thank you. Okay, so on the bottom now we have possibilities. So it says free-spirited adventure and risks. So maybe your person is, again, with that ecstasy, chasing thrills. They could be, taking a lot of risks right now, trying to distract themselves from this connection. It's interesting because all of these cards. Okay, so first of all, we have peace, and this balance and harmony. But I don't think it's what you think it is. I don't think they're feeling peace because you're not talking with them. I think they're at peace because they're in the middle of running. So you, I'm pretty convinced the golden egg is you now, if I wasn't before. So you got the chasing card and they have the running card. So this is definitely, I think, a twin flame connection that I'm channeling here. So with this peace and this running card, they are kind of like in the throes of the divine masculine journey. They run because they can't handle the intensity of the connection that they're feeling. And so the only thing that they can do is run to try to create distance between you, right? So they can kind of find their bearings again. So I think they're running to, find peace, running to protect their peace. Because when you have an intense soul connection like this, it really can be just so completely overwhelming. And us as feminines, we want to lean into it, right? We want to let love swallow us, right? But for masculine energies, they feel engulfed and like overcome and overwhelmed by intense feelings. They feel like they'll lose themselves in the connection, and won't be able to achieve their goals for some reason. I think it's silly, um, because you can work as a team, right, to work on your own things and still be together. But I think masculine energies aren't so they just aren't that open emotionally. Not like the more feminine centered energies. And I'm not gendering anybody. Um, this is not about like male or female. This is just energy. Anybody of any gender can be a divine masculine or divine feminine. So take all of this how it resonates. But this black egg person, this masculine energy, I'm taking it. Again, they're in the throes of running of this cycle. So they're running to protect their peace. And we do have abandoned. So, they walked away from this connection. We have abandoned and running. So they absolutely, and it might have been out of the blue, and that's why it's, hit you so hard, is because it just kind of happened without you knowing why. I feel like you think you must have done something wrong, again, with this mistakes card. Um, but again, I don't think you did anything wrong necessarily. Um, I think your chaser energy triggered their running energy. And if that's the case, then that's just kind of how this journey has to go. We also have shocking for this black egg person. So I feel like this connection, the feelings that they had for you, took them by surprise. I don't think they were expecting to feel something this deep, you know, um, with you. And I think it took them by surprise with the shocking card. But I don't want you to give up hope. And this is another reason, because you're hopeless, right? But look, this last card, this last oracle card is return. So second chances, opportunity, making amends. So I feel like even though this black egg person is kind of in the throes of runner energy right now, that as they heal, as they start to connect to their truth here, they're going to come back. They're going to return to you. Hopefully, I mean, I want to say healed and good and ready to take on a relationship with you. But I also know from personal experience dealing with my own, what I consider to be my twin flame, we've had about 4 or 5 different periods of him coming back and running away, coming back and running away, and involving a third party, and then running away. And then coming back right after that third party, and then running away again. So I'm saying, like, this is a cycle, and it's one that continues to happen until you both kind of trigger your own, until you trigger each other's fears out of each other. Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense. The only way, oh, sorry. So what I'm saying is these cycles keep happening until you, again, both trigger each other's wounds enough for you both to examine them on your own, so you can do the work that you need to release them. And then after all that work is done, you end up coming back together, and you might trigger each other again, and that might cause another separation. And that is going to happen as many times as it needs to, for you to learn your lessons around your chaser energy, and for them to learn their lessons around their runner energy. But as the less you can focus on this other person, and the more you can focus on yourself, and focus on trying to have a good time with your friends, be around people who bring you up. If if you resonate with being a divine feminine, a lot of the part of our journey too is learning to be a light worker and stepping into the role of of a light worker. And if you remember, when we were shuffling the animal cards on your cut, we had the unicorn, which is, you know, opening up to divinity, opening up to spirit. And then we also had the hawk card, which was one, again, keeping a higher perspective on things, but two, hawks are a messenger of divinity. So you could be starting to notice again more spiritual signs and stuff, and that is our journey, you know, to become a spiritual guide or a worker or a healer or something. And you don't have to do like tarot or anything. You could, you know, be a teacher. You could be an artist, you know, whatever path calls to you the most that helps you help others. That is what this journey is supposed to do, kind of shake us to our core so we can discover the truth of ourselves and what we're really here for. And the more we can do that, the more, you know, we start magnetizing our other back to us. That's what happened to me 5 different times. So don't give up. I know it's tough. I know if you're going through the low lows of this right now, it feels like you're hitting rock bottom. And in a lot of ways, you probably are. But you're not going to stay there forever. You're gonna crack open. Your heart is going to crack open if it's not in the process of doing so already. And all of these emotions, they're just going to overcome and take you over. And you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I have abandonment wounds from when I was a child, and I, you know, never knew my dad. And this is me, sorry. So, you know, I've been carrying with me forever, and yada yada yada. So the more you can look into those things, the more you can address them, the more you can do for yourself to kind of take care of your inner child and you know, show them that you're not unworthy. Show yourself that you're not unworthy. Pour all the energy that you're sending to this other person, just stop and redirect it back into loving yourself instead of focusing on this other person. Because again, the more you can do that, and you can't do it just to attract this person. You have to do it for you. Because if you're trying to do it to just attract this other person, it's not going to be authentic and it's not going to work. So yeah, keep focusing on healing your heart. You gotta go through it to get over it. I know that's easier said than done, but I promise. Okay? I promise it'll get better. But let's go ahead. We're gonna start into tarot for you. We're gonna look into tarot. Thank you, Spirit. Can we please further our inquiry? Let's look more into this golden egg person, please. So right here on the cross, we have the 7 of Pentacles. This is the energy of, you know, on the one hand, investment, right? Long-term investment. And on the other hand, it's wondering if it's worth it. If this investment you're trying to make is going to be worth it, is going to pay off in the end. One of my favorite tarot readers that I like to watch, whenever the 7 of Pentacles comes up, he says, is the juice worth the squeeze? So that's the question you're probably asking yourself, or maybe it's one that you need to ask yourself. But you're wondering, you know, was all of this worth it? Thank you, Spirit. Let's keep looking. What else for our golden egg person? We have the Knight of Pentacles on the cut here, and the Page of Swords on the bottom. But the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady progress. It's meticulously working toward a goal. The Knight of Pentacles is very methodical. He's very slow. He's actually the only knight in the tarot that isn't actively moving forward in his card. But he's still focused and determined, and he's going to get where he's got to go. It might not be as fast as the Knights of Swords or the Knights of Wands. I was going to say the Knights of Sword and Wands, but whatever. But he gets where he's got to go. And with the Page of Swords on the bottom here so far, we have this kind of like scoping energy, you know, kind of trying to get the lay of the land. This is also kind of like the spying card. So you could be, you know, trying to keep an eye on your person here, maybe through social media. That could be what this is saying. But you're, you know, trying to figure stuff out. That's what the Page of Swords is. I'll do one more. And then we have the Fool here on this cut. So you could be wanting to like take a big leap of faith towards this person. You could be wanting to start over and have a new beginning with this person right now. Or you could just be trying to have a new beginning for yourself if you're trying to distance yourself from this person right now. Again, take it how it resonates. But okay, let's go ahead and cut the deck here and we'll see what ends up on the bottom. For our golden egg person, please, Spirit. King of Cups on the bottom for your energy. So I feel like you are trying to master your emotions. That's what the King of Cups is. If you look, you know, on the card, you can see around him, he has all of these wild waves. And there's a ship back there too, but it's crazy. And waves, water, cups in the tarot, they're all about emotions, right? But this king, you know, he's sitting firm and secure amidst this kind of choppy water. So again, the king is complete emotional mastery. It's the highest level of emotional mastery in the tarot. So I get the sense that you are trying to focus on your healing too. Cups are about healing as well. So I feel like you're trying to maintain your composure as best as you can, and just kind of like thug it out as best as you can. But yeah, working on emotional mastery, you know, all trying to keep your head above all of these wild feelings. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Let's get a little bit deeper, please, into our golden egg person. Our golden egg person's energy when it comes to this connection right now. Thank you, Spirit. Our golden egg person's energies. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, okay. So we have the Four of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Four of Cups is definitely this kind of ruminating energy, you know, kind of like focusing on the things that aren't making you happy. And, you know, this person is so focused on, you know, what he has in front of him that he's not noticing this little emotional opportunity, this Ace of Cups that the universe is trying to offer him. So I feel like, you know, right now you might be really caught up in these emotions and you're focusing on them so much that you're not really able to see the opportunities that are around you. That again, Spirit is trying to alert you to with that hawk energy. We also have the Nine of Wands, so you're definitely feeling kind of beaten up. This is the Wounded Warrior card, somebody who's, you know, come a long way. They have their guard up, you know, this guy's looking over his shoulder, just waiting for the next attack to come. And he has this kind of boundary of wands behind him. So maybe you put up boundaries with this person, or for yourself when it comes to, you know, maybe reaching out to this person or something. But I see that you're definitely feeling beat up right now. But with the Wheel of Fortune, this is a change of fate. This is karma. This is, you know, destined situations, destined relationships. So I feel like in a lot of ways you could feel like this was a destined connection with this person, that they were meant to come into your life in some way, shape, or form. I also get the sense with this card that maybe you're waiting for the wheel to turn in your favor again. Again, focusing on the sadness that you're feeling and kind of like trying to, I guess, like wish this person back into your life a little bit. But the Wheel of Fortune is also like fated change. So I feel like you are also going through a fated change as a result of this connection with this other person. But yeah, you're definitely feeling beat up, and you're definitely in this energy of just kind of like ruminating on how things have unfolded. But again, you're trying to keep your head above water with this King of Cups. Oof. But with the right under the King, we had the Five of Cups. So you have the Four and Five of Cups. So you're definitely ruminating on this sadness that you're feeling. But I think it is leading to your ultimate transformation. We have the Page of Cups here and Death underneath the King and Five of Cups. So the Page of Cups is, could be emotional immaturity. I'm not coming for you, I promise. It could be, your person could be younger than you if your person's still on your mind a lot. You could be trying to connect to your creativity again with the Page of Cups. Lean into your intuition, listening to your intuition. But it's certainly leading to your transformation with Death underneath here too. So, overall, I get the sense that you're definitely having a tough time dealing with this right now, but you're dwelling too. You're trying to keep your head above water, but you're focusing on the wrong things, and it's holding you back. It's not allowing you to really release this connection because you're so caught up in what went wrong, or maybe what you did wrong, or what you did that made this person leave. And again, it's not necessarily because of you or anything you did. It's just because this person right now can't hold the vibration of your connection, because just like you have wounds to heal, they have wounds to heal. So just keep focusing on your heart and on healing your wounds again. And that's going to trigger this person's return. It's in the cards. Their return is in the cards. All right, we're going to go ahead and look at your person's energy now with a different tarot deck. So let's go ahead and see what comes out for your person. So we have the Page of Wands. So this is excitement. This is curiosity. This is like looking to passions. Your person, this could be about you. Your person could still feel this kind of curiosity and this attraction to you, because the wands in the tarot are also all about physical excitement, if you will. Wands are a very specific shape, if you catch my drift. So a lot of readers interpret wands as attraction. We also have the Ten of Wands. So your person here is definitely burdened, I think, by this attraction that they feel towards you. It's like they can't let it go either with the Ten of Wands here. This guy's overburdened, but he's not dropping any wands. He's determined to make it to the end of this journey that he's on. So yeah, I think your person is still drawn to you. It's still feeling this pull, but they're struggling with it. Let's see what else comes out. We have the Seven of Wands. So a lot of wands for this person. So a lot of fiery, passionate energy. The Seven of Wands is all about, defending what's yours, feeling like you have to fight to defend what's yours. So in a way, it reminds me a lot of the Nine of Swords, but it's more aggressive about it. It's The Nine of Wands, I feel like the Nine of Wands person won this battle, and they're dealing with the aftermath of it. This guy, he is in the middle of this fight. Here it says challenge, competition, perseverance, maintaining control. So your person could be trying to maintain control of the situation as best as they can. And unfortunately for you and us and other feminines, that means pulling away so they can try to get their head right. All right, let's go ahead and cut the deck and we'll see what ends up on the bottom. So the Eight of Pentacles, this is working on yourself or working on building a skill or a talent or a business maybe, or just working in general. That's what the Eight of Pentacles is about. So your person could be trying to focus on their material world too. That's another thing that a lot of masculines like to do. Focus on trying to get a good career going or trying to feel more secure in themselves in the way that they know how, which is materially, which is, in the 3D. But let's see what comes out for their tarot. So thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and look into this black egg person's energy. This black egg person's energy, please, Spirit, when it comes to this connection. Thank you, Spirit. This black egg person's energy when it comes to this connection. Okay. So we have the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. So the Seven of Cups is all about kind of feeling like emotionally overwhelmed, having too many choices. So this person, there could be, again, some third-party energy at play. This person might be trying to entertain other people to distract themselves from the truth of this connection that they share with you. It says here, opportunities, wishful thinking, choices, illusion, searching for purpose, and daydreaming. So I think, this is just kind of talking to how your person felt really emotionally overwhelmed by this connection. That's kind of exactly what I think this is saying. And they didn't necessarily know what choice to make. So they ran. So they abandoned this connection in an attempt to protect their peace. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, I think this came out on your cut, right? So again, aspects of mirroring, but the Knight of Pentacles is, slow and steady, meticulous work, trying to build themselves up, trying to, focus on their material world too. This is, again, slow and steady wins the race. I feel like this could also speak to them doing the work of coming back towards you, because again, we had this return energy on your person's side. So I feel like, they're doing the work that they need to do, but it's just very slow process. And, things unfortunately don't happen on our timelines when we want them to. They happen in divine timing. So I feel like, your person is slowly but surely starting to do the work that they need to do to, shed their runner wounds, their masculine wounds. Feeling like they're not worthy, feeling like, they're not secure enough, feeling like they don't have enough money, all that sort of stuff that they get caught up in. But then the last card that they have is the Three of Wands. So on the one hand, this is forward movement, this is expansion and growth. That's what threes are about in general. But on the flip side too, the Three of Wands is about kind of like waiting for your ship to come in a little bit. So I feel like, your person is expanding and growing, but it's very slow, again, with the Knight of Pentacles. And there's an essence of kind of like, of waiting. There's an essence of waiting with both of these cards. So yeah, it seems like, these cards are pretty much confirming what we've talked about already. They felt like they've, your person is emotionally overwhelmed with stuff, with this connection. But they are trying to do the work that they need to do in order to progress things, to move forward. But yeah, it's just slow. It might feel like it's not happening at all. That's the Knight of Pentacles energy, because again, the Knight's not moving, but he's still doing the work. So yeah, besties, I can see you're going through it, the throes of it, but trust me when I say again that it's part of this process, it's part of this journey. And the more you can surrender and release yourself and like let yourself feel all of these things and go through all of these things and do what you have to do to heal yourself and step into your divine feminine power and all of that stuff, the more you can do it, the more this person will be magnetized back to you. But again, don't do it for this person. Do it for you, because you might not end up with this person. Twin flame connections are ultimately about your own spiritual growth and ascension, and your other person's too. But it's about spiritual growth and ascension. It's not about a romantic relationship, unfortunately. That can happen. I think it's happening more and more these days as the Earth's consciousness is rising, because we need those anchors for love frequency and stuff that all the other, woo-woo people talk about. But yeah, keep focusing on yourself, keep releasing all that stuff, and I promise, this return is going to happen, even if it's not as fast as you want it. But okay, besties, that is your reading for today. I hope something resonated in there for you. If it did, I would love to hear from you. So please, like, share, comment, subscribe, comment. I want to hear from you. But we're going to end off your reading by pulling one final piece of advice for you from the Wisdom of the Oracle card deck. So I've already shuffled all of these decks, but I've shuffled this one too. So thank you, Spirit. Can we please get one final piece of advice for our viewer? One final piece of advice that they can walk away from this reading to feel just a little bit better about everything that they're going through. We have new life that just popped out. So I think Spirit's saying, embrace your new life. Don't sit here and wait on the sidelines for something to happen. Like, if you want a new life, go take it. Do the actions, do the steps that you need to do to take it. But let's see what comes out. Thank you, Spirit. One final piece of advice for our viewer when it comes to this connection, please. One final piece of advice for our viewer when it comes to this connection, please, Spirit. One final piece of advice. I was like, a very specific card wants to come out, and it did. So, but before I show you, we have Unfinished Symphony on the bottom. So this is just feeling like things are unfinished between you and this person. And I think Spirit's advice is saying too that this is not finished. This connection is not finished. So again, expect this person to return. But your advice was the fates. So this card kind of talks about just leaving it up to fate, leaving things up to fate. You got the Wheel of Fortune on your side too. So divine timing, letting things unfold as they naturally will. But we'll read it from the book, and then we will leave your reading there. So the essential meanings here are fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. So the Oracle's message here is, the Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by Spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. So, yeah, this was a fated connection, and it was meant to trigger you. I'm going to read the relationship message here too, because this is a love reading. So, other people are who they say they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. That's chaser energy too, I think. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally, for each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. So that's what I have for you, besties. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next one, okay? All right, take care. Bye!